Well, I want to welcome everybody. My name is Kevin Dupree. I'm the Senior Director of Business Development for F&P Consultants. I'm joined here today with one of our senior SharePoint consultants, Bilal Amjad, who is going to be presenting the SharePoint content that we're going to talk about today, which is going mobile and social with SharePoint 2013, both topics that are pretty relevant in this day and age. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Bilal, who's going to take us through today's content. I think he's got a few introductory slides, and then we're actually going to get into some live software and take a look at what the capabilities are there with SharePoint 2013. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Bilal and have Bilal share out his screen and take it from here. Bilal?
Hi, everyone. Bilal Amjad here. Just give me a moment while I share my screen with you. So, a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm the Senior SharePoint Consultant at FMT. Today we will be talking about how enterprises can go social and mobile with SharePoint 2013. But before we do that, let's see why would an enterprise need to go social and mobile, and what business value would they gain from it. So, going social. So let's first talk about going social. What's the first word? What's the first thought that comes to your mind when you hear the word social? It could be Facebook, or Twitter, or LinkedIn, or many of the social networks that are out there. But the thing is that how could these personal social networks help an enterprise? As a senior executive, you might fear reduction in employee productivity, due to which many enterprises clamp down on these personal social networks. But as an employee, what would be your reaction? Yep, I think that's pretty much the reaction I would have if the social networks are blocked in my company. Even though, admittedly, sometimes these personal networks can hamper work, but still a restriction wouldn't be any fun. The fact of the matter is that employees don't like restrictions, especially when it comes to being social, because being social is a basic human need. It's psychology 101. Suppressing that will only create undue friction between employees and the senior management, which would ultimately lead to what we've been trying to avoid since the start of this discussion, which is decrease in productivity. So, having said that, how do we sort this out? How can employees still be social, but at the same time maintain their productivity? And is it possible for an enterprise to turn something like social media that apparently seems harmful to it to something that will not only benefit the enterprise itself, but its employees also? Well, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Instead of personal social networks, the enterprise can provide its employees with their own enterprise social network using SharePoint 2013. Now, social, what's the business value that we could get out of social networking? Social has clearly rewired the way we communicate in our personal lives, and the businesses have started adopting social in enterprises are seeing it change the way people get things done. The basic premises of social technologies is around open conversations and personal connections. In a world where the pace of innovation has increased dramatically over the last few decades, agility is key. Open conversations and personal connections increase the agility of an organization by helping people connect the dots in an ever-changing world. Enterprises that have embraced enterprise social network are driving real business results with social networking and are transforming the way they do business. A lot of it is because they embrace the idea that open conversations and personal connections could help them with their most important strategic initiatives. These enterprises recognize The only way they can keep up with the pace of change in industries is to trust their people and empower them to organize and decide in the moment. And for these companies, Enterprise Social Network is much more than a news feed. It's a way to change the people work together. We have identified 4 business scenarios that seem to resonate across customers and industries, through which companies are able to derive value from an enterprise social network. First off is increasing employee engagement. Second is improving team collaboration. Third is building a connected organization. And fourth is enhancing business agility. Now, having said that, the next question that comes to our mind would be, okay, so enterprise social network can do all of this stuff, but how is it going to do that? So let's jump into that. SharePoint has basically 2 components of its enterprise social network. One is my sites, and the second is a community site. So I'm not going to introduce both of these components to you via slides. Rather, I'm going to get hands-on and demonstrate these 2 components of this SharePoint enterprise social network, so that you could get a much more hands-on feeling of this, how this would actually help you in business. Okay, so right now in front of us we have a my site. The my site is basically a personal site for individual users in an organization. My site gives users rich social networking and collaboration features, which enable users to explore and share interests, projects, business relationships, content, and other data with people in organization. Because my sites enable users to easily share information about themselves and their work, this sharing of information encourages collaboration, builds and promotes information about expertise, and targets relevant content to the people who want to see it. The basic components of my site are as follows. So let's start with About Me. So in About Me, you can see it's kind of like, think of my site as your Facebook profile page, as your Twitter profile page, or your LinkedIn profile page. It's kind of like that. It contains information about you. It lets people in your organization see what you're up to and what you're doing right now. So it helps you in getting context about people around who you are working with. So as you can see, this is a little about me. Usually, users can go ahead and give quite a lot of information about themselves, in which they can explain their past experiences, their past projects, and give more context about how they're working in the company. Then you could see that these are a couple of things that I'm mentioning as that anyone could feel free to contact me about these. So anyone can talk to me about business intelligence, collaboration, SharePoint, business process management, social enterprise, and document management. Then you would see my activities, which I have been up to. We are going to talk about these in detail in a while. Also, you can see more information about me, like how to contact me, my skills, my birthday, my interests, and the tags that I am following. Okay, so right now you can see over here, this is the new newsfeed section in which you can see that I've actually posted something in which I'm saying that enterprise social networking with SharePoint is awesome, and I'm using a tag for it. David seems to like this, so he's gone ahead and liked it, and he's also replied to it over here. What I could do is that I could follow David. You can follow various content in your My Site, like lists, groups, documents, items, content, people of your interest. And what that would do is that that would show up in your social feed. So the About Me page displays when the About Me page is the same page. This is the same page that gets displayed when somebody else visits your profile. So let's say I'm going to visit David's profile, and let's see how his profile comes up. Okay, so I'm now on David's profile. Before that, I was seeing my own profile. Now I'm on David's profile, and I can see that he's the SharePoint practice manager at FMT Consultants. He has pretty much the same objects against which he can provide help to people. And below that, you can see David's activities. And also you can see David's mobile phone number, his skills, his birthday, and his interests. Apart from that, in the left-hand section, you can see there's a section called Documents. If you go to Documents, what you will be able to see is that David can share documents with people he wants to. So David could go ahead and upload documents over here, and he could share these documents with people he wants to. These could be shared with everyone, or he could put security permissions on it and make documents available to only a set of people he wants to. Then you can see the People's tab. In the People's tab, you can see that David is following me, and when you click on People following David, then you can see that Cham is following David. The concept of following in my site is that whether you're following people or you're following content, you get updates about those two things, people and content, in your newsfeed. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my profile. Okay, so you can see over here that we've also got a section called blogs. Now in blogs, a user can go ahead and publish blogs that he would like. So a business scenario here could be that I recently closed a big deal with one of my leads, and now the guy who asking me about how I was able to do that and what experiences did I have from that, and what information did I get from that. What I could do is that I could go ahead, come to my blog, write about it, and then share it with people around me so that they could see my experience and benefit from it. So blogs is kind of like your personal musings in which you can go ahead and write about your experiences, which could ultimately help your organization and the people in your organization. Okay, then we can go ahead and go to the tasks pane. Right now, I don't have any tasks, but as we go, the basic utility of this is that this will display all of your tasks, and this is only visible to the owner of the site. So no one else can see your tasks. Only you will be able to see your tasks, and whether those are personal tasks or whether those are tasks that were created in other sites of SharePoint, they would show up here. So this would be kind of your one window to see all of your tasks that are across the whole SharePoint sites. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about the second section, which is community sites. Okay, so right now we are on a community site, which is in front of you. In SharePoint 2013, a community site provides a forum experience in the SharePoint environment. Enterprises can use communities to categorize and cultivate discussions among a broad group of people across organizations in a company. Communities promote open communication and information exchange by enabling people to share their expertise and seek help from others who have knowledge in specific areas of interest. Community use categories to organize discussions. Visitors can view the discussions and become members of the community if they want to contribute to those discussions. Moderators manage the community by setting rules, reviewing and addressing inappropriate posts, marking interesting content as featured discussions, and so on. Moderators can also assign gifted badges to specific members to visually indicate that the member is recognized as a specific kind of contributor in the community, such as an expert or a moderator. Each community contains information about member and content reputation, which members earn when they see posts in discussion, and when their content is liked, replied to, or marked as the best answer. So okay, so that's about community site, but let's see it in action. Right now, in front of us, we've got a scenario in which where I'm going to be talking about a Contoso project win. So recently, we acquired one of the biggest clients of our firm, which is Contoso, and the marketing effort for that was being led by David. And David did an awesome job for it, and we came to know about that. The rest of the marketing team came to know about that, and now they're interested in getting David to share his experiences with the job that he had done on that project. So over here, as you can see, that I'm asking David that if he could share his experience and marketing and sales collateral to help the rest of the team. So David is now going to come over here. I'm going to go to David's profile and navigate to the same. David's now going to come over here, and he obviously can't help from showing up, so he's going to first like this, and then he's going to say, thanks guys. And he's going to say, let's plan on. So he's going to reply to that. And the whole team, the whole marketing team can see that we're going to be planning on doing a workshop for the Contoso project win, in which David will be presenting on the project. So this is how the information is now getting disseminated between marketing department. The marketing department could be in various locations. So there could be a marketing department for the Los Angeles office, and there could be a marketing department for the New York office. And both the teams in both the offices could see this. So let's say this project win happened in Los Angeles. The New York team could become aware of this, and they could see this, and they could see that and that a workshop is being planned on this, and and Chan, who is basically in the New York office, he is going to come over here, see this, and he's going to say if could be okay, and Chan is going to reply to this. And this is how we get the conversation going, and information gets shared across the department. This could ultimately help the marketing department in getting the information across, and also maybe help the guys who are struggling with their projects, help them and win their projects also. So this is how you could take this conversation. This conversation could also have happened in an email, but an email is closed. It's only the participants in the email can see what's being talked about in the email. No one else can come and see that. So if this was happening between me and David in an email, this would have gone, Chan would have not been able to come to know about this, and he would have not been able to request this as a webinar. Whereas now, he's been able to come up and see this discussion, which rather than happening in an email, is being taking place in the community site, where he has now gone ahead and requested us to do a webinar, which we're going to do, and so he can participate in that webinar also and benefit from that. So what this does is that it takes the conversations, the closed conversations that are happening in emails, to open conversations that are happening in the community site, which are accessible to everyone, and everyone can benefit maximum from it. Okay, so that concludes our presentation on going social. Now we're going to go forward with going mobile, in which we're going to talk about how we can go mobile. Okay, so mobile computing seems to continually grow, and there seems to be no stopping it. Today's employees are constantly connected, whether on the laptop at the office, the iPad at the home, or on a mobile phone when on the go. A recent study by Forrester and Gartner shows that 89% of mobile devices such as smart to corporate networks. Enterprise tablet adoption is expected to grow almost by 50% per year. It's expected that platforms like Android, iOS, and Windows would adapt to this and cater for the enterprise requirements for mobility. Now that we've got tablets and smartphones and mobile devices with so much computing power, 4G telecommunication, and continuous adoption of HTML5, we can be sure of one thing, that all the mobile adoption is going to continue and is going to change the way we work. So, what are some of the scenarios in which we could we could require to go mobile? Well, first off is the most obvious choice is for mobile workers. Mobile workers need access to files and common productivity tools wherever they are. And if they don't get it, they're not able to make timely and informed decisions. So having content, access to your mobile device is vital. Similarly, there are deskless officers who could be in remote branches, and to incorporate them into our into the business processes effectively, we need to provide them with mobility. And then the most common scenario would be productive workers. Productive workers, employees can increase their productivity when they're on the go if they have access to the content they require via mobile devices. So let's talk about what SharePoint has to offer for the enterprise that wants to go mobile. SharePoint offers new optimized viewing experiences across different mobile platforms via several new features that help improve both worker productivity and usability on the device. Let's take a look at these one by one. So first, let's start with optimized mobile browser experience. SharePoint 2013 offers improvement to the mobile browser experience with the introduction of a new contemporary view. The contemporary view is the view that you're seeing in the middle of the three mobile images. Depending on the mobile browser, the user could have one of these three views. It could be contemporary if their mobile browser supports HTML5. If their mobile device doesn't support HTML5, then SharePoint would automatically downgrade them to an HTML format, which is the classic view. And then you've always got the option to see the full desktop view. Then we've got this option of, there's another option of device channels. Now what device channels does is that if there's, let's say, there's a particular mobile device that's predominantly used in your organization. Could be a Windows tablet, could be the Apple tablet, Apple Pad. And what you need to do is that you need to make sure that the mobile experiences on that particular device is top-notch, and everyone is able to enjoy it without any issues. So you could use device channel, and using device channel, you could have master pages that would present itself only on those particular devices and not on the other devices. What that would do is that it would give you an option to customize the design yourself, particular to that device. So the device, now that you've customized the design yourself for that device, you can make sure that the viewing experience on that particular device is optimal. The next feature that we have is push notifications. So SharePoint supports applications on mobile devices that should receive notifications from a SharePoint site. Notifications can include events that occur in the site, such as when a user adds an item to a list or upgrades an item. For mobile devices to receive these notifications, device applications must register with SharePoint site. Once the device is registered, you can write event handler code to interact with Microsoft Push service or notification service of the mobile device platform. Notifications are sent from the server where the application is hosted to the registered mobile device application. So this is particularly useful if you're looking to get particular notifications on your mobile when you're on the go. So you're looking to get a notification when an important document is uploaded as you're going to a client meeting, and you want to make sure that you get the notification first as soon as that document is uploaded. So what this would do is that you could go ahead and set up a push notification, and once you've done that, as soon as that document gets uploaded, a notification on your mobile would get generated letting you know that the document is now available, and you can then go ahead and then check out the document and use it for your client meeting. Then in SharePoint 2013, we've got a new field type that's called the geolocation field type. This can be used to make lists and document libraries location aware and display latitude and longitude coordinates through Bing Maps. As you can see right now, we've got in front of us a contacts list, and that contact list has the location of a particular contact. So you could have a list in which you can also go ahead and show the location of that particular contact via location awareness. Okay, I think this is something that would interest the executives pretty much, which is that making business content available on tablets and mobile devices. Right now, lots of business intelligence platforms are struggling with getting information and business intelligence content displayed on mobile devices. Microsoft is making a big push in this, and they are making sure that you can view various performance point reports, scorecards, and Excel service reports in your pad and your mobile devices. So reports hosted in SharePoint can be accessed via mobile devices. Then we've got something which I think everyone would enjoy, which is that creating, updating Word, Excel, and PowerPoint documents on your mobile device while you're on the go, without having the need to open up your laptop or sit on a desktop. Doing that on your mobile device while you're on the go, I think is a pretty good feature when you're in the field. Okay, that concludes our presentation. Now we can have the question session, and David and I can go ahead and answer your questions.